Okay, so what is it that Pinry actually does? Here you have a completely blank Pinry screen in our production version of Pinry. If you'll notice, I'm logged in already. That's why it says log out over here. And everything's blank because I haven't done anything with it at all. So let's begin by understanding that Pinry is a scaled down version of Pinterest. Many people don't know exactly what Pinterest does either, and I must say that this especially applies to men, as Pinterest is used 70% by women. I'm not exactly sure what the historical reasons for that is, but that's just the way it is. Anyhow, the basic idea behind Pinterest, I'll give you this little image here. Once upon a time, people used to have scrapbooks, and as they were reading newspapers or magazines or anything else, they would cut out whatever interested them and they would paste it right into their scrapbooks. Fast forward a number of years and suddenly we're using the internet and people are finding things that interest them there as well. So I'm at my science photo library here, and there's all different really nice, interesting articles and images, and I want to maintain a scrapbook of the things that I see on the internet. Enter Pinterest. Each one of these is like one little piece of a scrapbook, and those can be clicked on, and then you can visit the web page, etc., etc. So let's take one little example. The Sociology of Gossip from TEDx Vancouver. I click on it, and here I have that image itself. It's actually YouTube, so I can watch the YouTube. Or I can visit the website. Now Pinterest has a whole nother element to it, which is that it is social. That means that you can follow each other, follow individual pins, follow individual people, etc., etc. Pinry is not really meant to be a social environment, although there are ways that it can be perhaps extended to have that type of functionality. So we're back to our scrapbook. We're finding different things that we like from the internet. We're essentially cutting them out and pasting them into our scrapbook, which is called Pinry. How do we actually do that? There's the slow method, and then there's the short method. The slow method is to make a new pin. We take the image URL. That's the one I wanted. Copy it. Put it in there. Make sure it's what we like. We can give it a description. Old scrapbook. And we can tag it. Intro to Pinry. And now my Pinry page has my first pin. Now, of course, if I wanted to see it, I could click on it. That gives us a light box, and I can go to find the original URL. That brings us to the original image. Or I can get the pin URL, which is that one right there, and I can copy, paste it, send it to other people, etc. I think you get the basic idea. There's a much shorter way to do it, which is obviously much more convenient as well. Let's go back to my science photo library, and I want to pin some images from this page. What I need to do is I need to drag the bookmarklet into my bookmark, and you see right there it added that little bookmark. If I wanted to give that bookmark a name. I go to its properties and I say Pinry 3 because I already have 2 of them set up from other things I was working on. Now I'm in my science photo library. I simply click on the bookmarklet and it gives me a list of all of the possible images that I might want to pin. Let's pin this eyeball right here. There we go, and I'm going to give it a description. Pinned eyeballs, that sounds pretty gross. And I'm going to give it a tag of science as well as intro. Now I go back to my Pinry and something didn't work. Let's have a quick look one more time. We're just going to post it. Oh, I just need to refresh. My mistake. And there we go. So bottom line is that is the way to pin things, the easy way and the hard way. Here's some things to keep in mind. In Pinterest, you're able to actually go to the website where the pin came from. And I happen to like that a lot, and I think I'm going to work on adding that functionality, and I hope that the guys at Pinry will accept it. So instead of in Pinry where I go just to the image itself, in Pinterest I can go to the website that contained the image, and I think that that's much more useful than the image itself. The second thing you should know about Pinry is that it doesn't have any video like YouTube or Vimeo capabilities. I actually am in the middle of working on that capability as well, and I'm hoping that the guys at Pinry will enjoy that and will include that also. If you want either one of those functionalities, you could certainly contact me or check out my GitHub page, Rafi Rosenberg, once those are ready as well. So that's it in a nutshell. That's basically what Pinry does. The other things to keep in mind, of course, is that Pinry is open source, which means that there's a lot of potential for customization. You can turn it to make it look exactly how you want. I found it to be very easy to read the code and to work with it. So good job to the Pinry folks. And the other thing to keep in mind at Pinry is that it's self-hosted as opposed to Pinterest, which obviously you own nothing on Pinterest, whereas in Pinry, the host owns everything. So that's pretty much it for Pinry. I hope that made it well understood. Good luck and enjoy your pinning.